So here we are again, having fun in the sun and the great South African outdoors. One of the bigger pieces of recent 4x4 new model news is the introduction to South Africa of the 5-door Jimny, which is pretty much a first in the Suzuki 4x4 range. They've always been tiny and only 3-door. So a lot of excitement in the country, and we certainly were excited to get our hands on one thanks to Suzuki South Africa. And here we are at Hobby Park in Krugersdorp, where we're going to ride not only the 5-door that I have over here, but Heinz 3-door. So we've got a nice back-to-back comparison that we're going to do on these two cars today.
And stick around for our next episode, where we take the 3 and the 5-door as well as a Gen 3 Jimny through a 100+ kilometer meander on some corrugated roads, long distance stuff, to see how it will work in some overlanding situations.
If you have a look at the back here, it's actually got a boot. I fit my Dometic CFX 50 litre fridge in here, and it actually fits in there with the door closing. And of course the seats can also go down for more space.
Well, it's not super cramped.
Yeah, but also think that seat way back. This is way back. I mean, I can even there. I'm still comfortable.
Oh, great! You give me even more room.
Yeah, how are you looking in the back there?
I was just barely touching the seat with my knees before, so now I've got plenty of room.
All right, so yeah, not a bad size. All right, let's compare that to the 3-door. All right, mine's seats are flat at the moment,
and so is your load deck.
Yeah. So look, the 3-door does come with this little, it's like a little boot that makes it flat, but yeah, it is quite.
I wouldn't call it a boot, it's more of a shoe.
Yeah. So this is with the seat up. You can see there's not much left. I mean, that's very cramped. So yeah, the 5-door definitely gives a hell of a lot more versatility in the luggage department, and if you need to do the school drive with the kids, etc., I think it'll work quite well. Alright, like I said, yeah, it's a little 3-door JB74. This is our personal vehicle. It's our daily, myself and my wife, so we know the car quite well, so I was really excited to bring the 5-door out here. Christian is currently behind me in it, and yeah, we've just done a quick intro there at the lookout point, and now we're heading off to what you guys all want to see, is how good is it off-road. So we're here at Hobby Park today. It's been raining on and off for the last week, so it's definitely going to be a bit slippery underfoot, and for those of you who've been here, some of the obstacles are just not Jimny friendly, but we're going to give it a proper workout, and I'd like to get your feedback.
Right, now we have first obstacle for the day. Obviously the camera never does this stuff justice. These are quite hardcore. I think most people won't ever take their Jimnys up the things we did today. But yeah, here we can see the 3-door. Unfortunately, with the manuals, you do need to gain a little bit of momentum. You can see the traction control working hard there. Very capable vehicle. Now the 5-door we have here is an automatic, and this was the biggest surprise of the day for us. You really can just creep along with it. As you'll see here now, vehicle comes to a standstill, and we'll let Fig explain exactly what happened there in a moment. But then just look how easy it gets away from a dig at a very steep angle, from a dead standstill, and then just continues climbing up. Definitely, if you're going to be doing hardcore 4x4ing and you're going to buy a Jimny, 3 or 5-door, just get an auto.
Well, I got stuck a little bit and had to reverse and pull away again, and when I pulled away, as I let go of the handbrake, I bumped the car into neutral. So as I tried to pull away, I put it in neutral on that serious slope.
Yeah, a little bit of heart and mouth stuff.
Yeah, so it was something to note. It's quite easy to do that with the relative position of the handbrake and the shift lever. And the shift lever didn't put up any resistance. It said, fine, we'll go into neutral.
Just as a quick side note, these Jimnys come equipped standard with hill assist, which means it actually does the handbrake work for you. You don't have to use the handbrake itself in a situation like that. So yeah, but these are all the things that we will be covering in later episodes as well. Right, and here we have one of the tests to see the differences between short and long wheelbase. This is quite a steep angle, as you can see my angle in the driver's seat. So just took the corner to see if the short and long wheelbase can both make it around, and although the long wheelbase does feel a little bit wider on the road, you just can't park exactly where you want to. In the off-road stuff, we found that the long wheelbase versus short wheelbase debate really isn't a factor. There was nowhere on this tight track that the long wheelbase struggled to get around obstacles, and a quick rollback would fix that either way. So we spent the day at Hobby Park. It's in the Krugersdorp area or West Rand area. Some really gnarly off-road obstacles here. They're all natural obstacles, so they're not man-made. It hasn't been used as often. I think lately we're going to try and make a comeback. But if you are interested, hit us up in the comments. We do driver training there as well. If you've got a Suzuki, a Jimny, auto or manual, JB4, hit us up in the comments. We have spoken to the owners there, and we want to start presenting some 4x4 courses. As you can see, we've got a perfectly good track where there will be no damage to your vehicle, but you will most definitely learn how to drive it and what to do in different scenarios to make sure that the traction control is your friend. So like I mentioned, hit us up in the comments if you are interested. We do groups of 10 vehicles at a time. So yeah, hit us up in the comments. I think we'll also put some contact details at the end of the video where you can email me, and if you're keen to get out with your Jimny and go and see what it can do, we can help you with that process. Alright, so here we see some steep descents with big holes. You'll notice the short wheelbase there lifting a wheel, and this is the point that we've been making for the short to long wheelbase. The long wheelbase certainly gives it far more ability to travel up and down very steep hardcore stuff. In our case, having the long wheelbase in automatic also just showed that it is extremely capable. There you can see it going down the exact same obstacle with no issues with wheel lifting. So I've swapped over to the auto now, the 5-door. I think it's worth mentioning that, yeah, the 3 doors are manual, 5 doors an auto. My first time driving an auto, and I must say, I think it's very underrated. They're a lot better than I thought they were going to be. Off-road, it's superb. It's a lot easier to live with than the manual, and I think just as a proper off-road vehicle, this is going to go further than a manual will. There's no doubt in my mind. If you're going to be doing hardcore off-roading and you're planning on buying a Jimny, whether you get a 3 or a 5-door, just get an auto. You're going to save yourself lots of pain and anguish. The auto really is the way to go. But yeah, it drives very nicely. It's very different to the 3-door. Even on the slow, low-rangey off-road meandering stuff, very nice drive. This 5-door is really impressing both of us quite a bit. So here's a perfect example of where the auto is really going to be of big benefit. So just look at the pace that the manual has to carry through there, and then have a look at this. I specifically drove as slowly as I possibly could, and it just creeps over. So when the rocks get larger and larger, you're just going to be able to carry very low speed through there as to not damage your vehicle and be bouncing all over the rocks. Alright, so here we also tried the hill descent control on these vehicles. I do feel that both the Jimny, the 5 kilometer hill descent control is a little bit fast for the rough stuff that we were driving here, so some liberal application of the brake is necessary, but it's something that you learn. You know, the more you drive the car, you'll know where you can use it and not. If the decline's not so steep, in high range it's got a 10 kilometer hill descent control, and then in low range it's 5 kilometers an hour, and they work really well for long rocky descents that's not too intense like the ones we're attempting here. So here we are on our way back after our 4x4 excursion, and I must say first impressions really good. The 3-door's always been a capable vehicle, but I think this 5-door is redefining what the Jimny is all about. On the road, we found performance differences between the manual and auto was non-existent. They perform exactly the same in terms of acceleration. We also found in our next video there's going to be a fuel consumption comparison, which we also found the auto uses slightly more fuel, but it is really negligible. It's not something that should influence your purchase. Yeah, so stick around for our next video where we go into a little bit more long driving roads and corrugated dust roads and stuff, and we can see what the overland capability is all about.